この番組はご覧のスポンサーの提供でお送りいたします。
I'm a berserker. I still remember, like, in the studio, I was like, should I pronounce berserker, like, in katakana or in English? And at first, I tried the katakana version. I was like, I'm a basaka, but I'm just like, basaka. It sounded like I was saying baka for some reason. So I'm just like, yeah, never mind. I'm going to pronounce this in English.
Everything I'm a berserker. 塵と風ぶぞまぞ私の世界は私のもの掲げるのは希望遊ぶみた高らかに遊ぶみた目覚めよ今 Wake up.
As for my involvement, my direct involvement, yes, I definitely did participate in the mixing sessions, mainly because I really strived to make it, you know, sound the best as it could. And as for the record, I'm really glad that they enjoyed the recording session. It seemed like, you know, obviously I think a lot of that praise was, you know, just them being really nice. It was just them being really nice, but I really do appreciate it. And yeah, like the article said, there was like a lot of kanji in the lyrics that I just didn't understand, which is why I think it said in the article how I was asking like what this means. I just felt like it was necessary, otherwise I wouldn't know how to sing it, you know, to, you know, convey it. Yes, exactly. I had so much kanji. I was like, what does this mean? Hey, sorry, what does this mean? Like, just look at the lyrics and there's so much kanji that you never use. As for when it comes to like the concept of the album being very I think Celtic, I think. Was actually an idea from I think music department staff. Basically, I didn't even know this album was gonna happen until like 2.5 months ago. Around two months ago, I was like recording. I forgot what I was recording back then. I was recording something, and then music department came and was like, "Hey, can we have a meeting?" I'm like, "Okay, sure." And right after recording, we talked, and they were like, "Okay, so we're thinking of making a 4-song album by Elements Garden." I was like, "Oh, that's sudden." And we're thinking about making it like Celtic themed, and I'm like, that's very sudden. I wonder why Celtic, but okay. They were like, we're gonna go with like the sort of Bolken, you know, like isekai Celtic, and I'm like, okay. That came out of the blue, but okay. And then like basically they're like, okay, maybe we can make like the, you know, the songs represent like the 4 different emotions. And then they told me like, okay, so can you like think up like ideas for like what sort of lyrics you want and whatnot. And I was like, yeah, gotcha. And then they sent me demos basically. The lyrics are very different for a lot of them originally, yeah. And I'm just like, oh, this is a little different from what I wanted. Can we change it like this? Can we change it like this? I think, yeah, compared to before, I am able to be a little bit more involved in the process, I think. I feel like the concepts were fleshed out pretty well in general. I do say that even now, though, when it comes to the, like, Ai no Jikkai uses so much hard Japanese. I kind of want an English translation for it. I read through it and I was like, yeah, I think this is probably what I mean, but at the same time I'm just like, I kind of want an English version because I don't know if I understand 100% of this either sort of vibe. What did I just sing? But yeah, I'm very satisfied with how I was able to sing Ai no Jikkai and Berserker. The song that I had the hardest time in this album, definitely Delight. Delight is like, I just had a hard time figuring it out in general. Like, at first I was like, oh, let's try to sing it like in a very azatoi cutesy way. and then like the direction was just like, oh, we don't know either, like wonder what's the best idea. And basically, since the instrumental is so like Celtic, I was just like, like, should I sing this more calmly? But when I sing it calmly, it just feels it didn't click to me, especially the beginning. I had a hard time figuring things out. I think after like a good 15-20 takes of the beginning, I finally was like, yeah, let's go with this. But and also it sounds like an isekai mono, but at the same time, like, it uses really hard Japanese again, like mera mera shimpu jinai dakke. It uses a lot of words that I don't know again. What's this? And they were like, oh, it means thunder. And I'm like, oh, okay. 疾風陣内か。疾風陣内なんていつ使うんだよみたいなね。漫画とかで見るぐらいかな。漫画で見るそれ。なんか技みたいな名前だよね。疾風陣内。But yeah, I'm really satisfied with how everything turned out, definitely. I'm glad that I was able to participate in the track down. There was just so much that I wanted to be, you know, like, to be more like this. Honestly, of course, everyone's a professional in their field, and everyone is like, you know, everyone knows what they're doing. I'm pretty sure, even if I didn't say anything. But sometimes, like, for example, I would look at comments of like past songs, and some of you guys would be like, oh, the instrumental sounds like it's like drowning your vocals or stuff like that. I feel like such mixing is usually depends on your preference. There's not really much right and wrong. The instrumentals for these songs this time were very, very gorgeous, or goka. Like, they used a lot of like real instruments on it. A lot of times in recent music, people just use, you know, not fake instruments, but yeah, extravagant, that's what it is. Digital instruments, yeah. Digital instruments. Like, you can tell from Berserker, the violin, that violin is I'm like 95% sure that is real. But yeah, because of the instrumentals being pretty, you know, real and not using synthesizers, I feel like the mixer tried their best to make sure to, you know, also appreciate the instrumental itself. But then I thought, like, oh, but a lot of you guys mentioned how, like, you know, sometimes you think that my vocals are drowned and stuff like that. Maybe the fans would enjoy it if I could up my vocals a bit more, put it more toward the front. And basically, me and director mixer was just like, maybe it's your headphones. I'm just like, I don't know. But yeah, I tried, and we went up until like a point where like mixer's like, yeah, I think this should be fine. I'm like, okay, thank you. Yeah, basically it was like, adjust the equalizer. Yeah, adjust the equalizer a bit more, maybe, or lower the volume. I don't know. Honestly, my ears were broken at the end of it. Because literally you just kind of do the same thing over and over. Like, you try, you know, the mixer adjusts it a tiny bit and plays it back again, and you're like, they're like, how is it? And be like, a little bit more, and they do it again and again and again, and then, yeah, and then you just start getting confused on whether it has even changed at all or not, you know? Yeah. And as for oh yeah, enjoy joy joyful. I think a lot of you guys noticed how a lot of the English, I just pronounced it like in katakana Japanese, like katakana English. Reason for that is because I thought it would sound very awkward if I pronounced it all in native pronunciation. I did pronounce "You Only Live Once" normally because it sounded weird when I tried to pronounce it in katakana. But besides that, it was a lot of it was like, enjoy the joyful, yeah! みたいな。カウチポテテでダラダラね。
お気に召すまま私のしゃぐりなストレスバックバイバイ好きな人たちとさ
That one part here, wait, there was this one part where I was just like, oh yeah, that's not gonna fit syllable wise, and I was like, should I have them change the melody so that it would fit syllable wise, or yeah, do you guys know what I'm even saying over here? Oh, stop. Unstoppable. Unstoppable. It is unstoppable, by the way. And I'm like, yeah, that's not gonna fit syllable-wise. So we are gonna pronounce it in Japanese style. Wait, really? Yeah, you guys will find out when the lyrics come out, I think. I still like it though. I do like it. It sounds cute. One more thing. Enjoy Joy Joyful in the beginning was ridiculously high. I actually asked for this to be -4 keys lower than what I originally received. -4. The guide vocals that I received in the beginning was she had a very high-pitched voice and was very good at singing and was able to pretty much sing everything in +4 key, and I'm just like, yeah, that's not my key. Yes, guide vocal Nesans are very good at singing. I mean, they're made as a guide. Of course, they're great at what they do. And what's amazing is that they actually, usually I hear that they, they record that stuff and sing it. Like, they get the music sheet and sing it in like 2 hours. Like, they record everything, including harmonies, in 2 hours and just give it. And they do a bunch of those songs every single day as a job. That's a pro. That is legitimately like one of the most proest you can be at singing. Recording RTA, yeah. 化け物ですよ、本当にいい意味で。They legit can learn any song and sing it flawlessly within like 2 hours. And I hear that busy ones do like 5 or 6 songs a day. And even, after asking her for -4 and recording it, I was like, maybe I could have asked for it to be even lower, because it's... Enjoy Joyful is not a song I want to sing live even then. Even after lowering it, I'm just like, man, maybe it could have been lower. But also, I didn't want to make it like too low that it would lose its hyperness. I wanted it to still sound, hyper and genki. Maybe gonna ask for a lower version for the karaoke. I don't know about that. I mean, it's my own song. It's my own song. I don't want to have to resort to such measures unless it's very, very necessary, But yes, that was some of the stories I could share for the making of this album. Yes. I was honestly surprised when all of a sudden they were like, we are going to make a 4-song album by your anniversary, and I'm just like, are we gonna make it in time? Lyrics came back literally like around like 2 to 3, like one song, the final lyrics came back like 5-6 days before recording. Literally, like, yeah, and then the Karyuta-san's vocals came back like 2 days before recording, and I'm just like, man, we're really going last minute on all of this, aren't we? And then Steph was like, we're so sorry, but can you go through recording hell for us? And I'm just like, well, there's nothing else I can do, right? Yeah, but it's fun. It really is fun to record in studios. Like, I genuinely do enjoy it. Until I get really stuck. Until I get really stuck on a song sometimes. That's when I start becoming frustrated. But usually it doesn't happen that often. Getting stuck doesn't happen that often, to be honest. Enjoy Joyful, I didn't get stuck on that song, definitely. It was just one of those songs where it had a lot of recording, like a lot of tracks. Literally, toward the end, they were like, if we don't have enough time, we can just make the harmonies for, like, the main vocal harmonies. We can just make them, and I'm just like, I'll do my best to hurry up so we have time to actually record it, Though, to be honest, I bet you guys wouldn't be able to tell even if they were man-made. Thankfully, the amount of hours they booked was enough for me to record everything. But Enjoy Joyful had so much stuff going on if you listen closely. It has the whole rapping, it has the whole wee, sort of stuff, and I have to double all of that, so that too, and and the chorus, all the choruses, and then the harmonies. But yes, I hear a lot of times in situations like that, if they don't have enough time, they would just make the harmonies for the main vocals, like from the main vocals, because it's possible with the current technology right now. But yeah, I was literally dying that day because yeah, it was a lot of tracks. Very busy song, but it was fun. I'm really glad I'm really satisfied with the way it turned out.
Bye bye.